Morning, my name's Aaron Rowe. I'm the operations section chief for the field operations that are going on in the Cedar Creek fire. I'm going to start over here on the Papa Romeo side. Actions that are going on out there today is we're holding the 4290 road, which is by Charlton Lake area here, DP 700. There is some fire activity that kind of just keeps chunking down the road here, and we're just basically keeping even with it and trying to make sure that it doesn't go on the south side of the road. And that operation's going pretty well. Went and did a drive-by there yesterday, and they're doing good things out there. Repair things that are going on. They are repairing some dozer and hand line basically to the west of DP 700 here. So those should be finishing up in the next day or so. Also, there's some hand lines in that same area that they're messing with and trying to repair those. Also in Papa Romeo, I've heard that we're getting some questions on what's going on in Division Romeo and or the road closures associated with that and the security that's out there and whatnot. Really, there's a road closure on the road to Waldo Lake Road, and it really has to do with the equipment that's working in here and not getting people in the wrong place in the wrong time when that equipment's moving around. There has been some activity that's kind of subdued now. There was some probably 5 days ago fairly significant fire behavior as it backed down to Waldo Lake. That's now subsided. So we're really keeping the road closures for not only fire stuff but equipment moving around in here. The other thing I want to mention on the Romeo side, there was an initial attack that's shown here on this 1004 CR. We had some smoke jumpers jump into a new IA. That was, I think, 2 days ago. And then we actually pulled them out yesterday because that tenth of an acre fire or single snag was taken care of, called out, no big deal. But that's another thing that was happening on Division Romeo. Other than that, I can't think of anything else to talk about for Division Romeo, but there will be a new, well, I guess one last thing. The Deschutes National Forest is working with a closure area, a new closure area that last I heard would not include much of this area. So that's yet to be determined. I don't know exactly what the final product of that is, but a lot of this general area down here theoretically would be opened up to that, but not yet. So just want to clarify that. All right, so moving to Sierra here, down on the south end, kind of by Mount Fuji here. Down the work that's going on in there is there's some new leadership down there today in terms of the division group supervisor. They're also mopping up and patrolling down there. There's been a contingency line that's been built to the south and the south of the direct line here, just to make sure we had some a backup plan to go to this secondary line here. So they've completed that now, and now with the impending forecast coming here, we're actually going to start thinking about how to repair that thing and make sure it's hydrologically squared away and ready for fall and winter weather there. Now that we're the fire's starting to kind of downsize in that area. So trying to do the appropriate thing there and make sure we're ready for winter. They're also pulling some hose here. So really Division Sierra is starting to wind down here a little bit more. Into Division Tango, the next door neighbor there, they're also doing some of that same stuff, but also still trying to take care of some fire operations in this horseshoe, we're calling it, as well as this island that's out here basically at the headwaters of Eagle Creek. So that's another thing going on out there. We're going to be doing some monitoring out there and possibly some helicopter use when activity picks up there. Moving on to Division Whiskey X-Ray here. In that area where the big thing going on there is some grading working from north to south that's occurring and continuing to occur. There is some interior road repair happening on the 352 road, and then some further ditch clean out, getting ready for the water event that may occur this weekend. Alpha Yankee, they're continuing. Yankees mostly in patrol. Over on this side, they are working on the 1958 road, which is way out here, trying to do some final touches on some repairs. Also in the 1944 and the 1931 road. They are pulling some pumps and that were, I think, roughly in that general location, as well as some of the things on our to-do list that we're calling repair points. We're trying to make sure that we're all on the same page. There's no further work to do, or there is further work to do, and trying to just address our basically what I'll call our to-do list. Let's see here. I think, well, and I guess I'll say this: there's, we're still watching the fire behavior up here. It's still within the control lines, but it has been. It was more active a couple days ago, and probably a little bit today. But this has been really capped by smoke in here lately, so that's kind of subdued a lot of the fire behavior generally. I think generally, big picture here's talk here is that. There's a big weather event coming in this weekend that we're trying to prepare for, and that'll subdue any of the fire behavior that we're seeing currently, which there is some kind of warm and dry conditions going on. But theoretically, this rain coming in may change a lot of the fire and kind of start helping naturally get this thing closer to being put out, but still active fire out there in a lot of different places. So that's all I have at this point, and thanks for viewing.